Once upon a time in a kingdom, far, far away, there lived a beautiful princess. She had everything one could wish for: a loving family, a beautiful castle, and a happy life. But she felt something was missing. She felt incomplete. The next night, at the same time, the phone rang again. Once again. When she answered, there was only silence. All she could hear was the sound of soft breathing. This continued for a few nights, and the princess was losing her patience. One night, when the moon was shining bright and the stars were twinkling above, the princess was in her room alone. Suddenly, the phone rang, startling her. She picked up the receiver. She loved that boy. The boy who called her every night at 8 p.m. They hoped he would make their daughter happy. On the day of the meeting, the princess got all dolled up. She wore a beautiful gown and put on a brave smile. "I lived in your breath, your silence, and your love." She went to the meeting hall where the prince was waiting for her. "Oh, my love," she whispered. "If you hadn't said it, I would have never known. I love you. I always have." She waited for him, hoping he would come back and claim her as his, and said, "Hello." On the other end, there was silence. She heard nothing but her own breathing. Annoyed by the prank call, she hung up the phone. She remembered the countless calls, the sweet conversations, and the nickname he had given her. She realized it was him all along. "So will you marry someone else, leaving the one you called Butterfly?" The princess gasped. "How? How do you know that name?" she asked, her eyes wide with surprise. She thought it was a one-off thing, but she was wrong. On the fourth night, when the mysterious caller breathed on the other side, she said, "Your breathing doesn't sound nice to me." They had arranged the meeting to bring two families together, but little did they know it would bring two lovers together. The families agreed to the marriage, and after a few months, the princess and the prince got married. They lived happily ever after, and their love story became a tale to be told for generations to come. The person softly replied, "Tomorrow again at 8 p.m., I'll call. Please pick up." And with that, he disconnected the call. Every night at 8 p.m., the clock struck, the phone rang, and the princess found herself talking to that mysterious boy. No message, no number, just silence. The princess missed him terribly, but life went on. What began with silence slowly turned into short conversations. They talked about their dreams, their fears, their likes and dislikes. They talked about everything and anything. Slowly, they fell in love with each other. They wanted her to move on and find a suitable prince to marry. Finally, the princess gathered the courage to confess, "I love someone already." The boy gave the princess a sweet nickname, Butterfly. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day. But after a few months, the calls stopped. At the same time, her parents started talking about marriage. Her family was shocked. They asked, "Who is he? Why don't we know about him?" The princess hesitated, not knowing what to say. She couldn't tell them about the countless nights she spent talking to the mysterious boy. She couldn't tell them about the love they shared. All she could say was, "I'm sorry. I don't know his name, his face, nothing. I only know his voice and the time." Her parents were heartbroken. They tried to convince her to move on, but she refused. Meanwhile, her parents arranged a meeting with a prince from a neighboring kingdom. As soon as the princess sat down, the prince looked into her eyes and said, The prince smiled and replied, "Because it was me. I was the boy who called you every night at 8 p.m. With that, the memories came rushing back to the princess. Tears filled her eyes. She stood up, ran to him, and hugged him tightly. The families were overjoyed to see their children so in love. Message: love doesn't always begin with words. Sometimes even a breath is enough to create a beautiful story.